birthday.
Happy
It's a
birthday.
birthday. To the birthday dance.
Happy birthdays to you. Happy birthday.
Cheers. Oh shit! We got the show.
Let's start the show.
This is Björn Lundberg. Welcome to Threefold Talk.
No.
I don't know. What part is a mallewindow?
What part of your body do you hold your malleowindows?
All of it?
In your whole
The entire
so
body
you
is
just,
a
have to,
malleowindow.
grab yourself.
Yeah.
Show
Ladies
me.
and gentlemen, welcome to
Now you
Threefold
grab
Talk.
yourself.
Here's the content warning for this week. Mel and Leigh-A are in the same room. They're already unhinged before they're unhinged in the pre-show. So there is wine.
We need to
There's
put them on
tables.
the bottom, Rob. Can you put them on the bottom?
Yeah, we need to level this out. This is true.
You want to
There we
top
go.
us?
Yeah,
do.
I mean, I'm not going to complain.
there is wine. There are name days going on. It's Amisa's name day, everybody.
I have hot
Aw,
Cheetos.
thank you. It is my name day.
Happy
Fine.
New
Finally
Year!
turned 33, bless her.
Yeah, 33. It's true. 33 again and
That's
again.
because you're three folded.
Exactly.
It's
That's
true.
why
I'm
we're
always
threes.
33
Yeah.
now for the rest of my life.
Threes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're all 33. This is it. The threes. It's a thing. So, but yeah, it is honestly. Pre-show was chaos, folks. It's going to be a show tonight. I'm warning you that right now. Okay.
We
We
didn't know how to type.
buckle in, strap down, put on the helmet, whatever you need to do, get ready. It's going to be a ride.
Oh my God. I should
Um,
totally bring up the picture of us at happy hour.
No evidence.
No evidence. It did not
Yes.
happen.
No, it did
So
not
I
happen.
got the what was it called?
the
Super size or
the-
something?
it was- yeah,
Something like that. It was like a
Extra
size
off
beer.
that.
It might have been called like the super gulp.
Something ridiculous like that. I was like, yeah, no, give me the big beer. She's like, oh, we went for Japanese, and she got the plum wine, so she gets like this little glass, and I got this big beer.
Well, plum wine is sweet, so you
It
only
was-
have a little glass.
No, it's a perfect amount of plum wine, but it was just the comparison of my tiny little glass and her giant jug of beer. It was pretty.
We
good.
were dying.
You're right, Heather. It does sound like happy hour might still be going strong.
What do
So.
you mean? It's fine. It's
I
fine.
had a
We don't have
margarita.
anything here.
That was my happy
Yep.
hour.
Nice.
And they
I
were like,
that.
do you
I
want
that.
the large or the small? I'm like, I'll take the small since I'm driving home.
Aw.
Aw.
Have you had a good birthday?
It's been fine. I've been working all day, so
You were supposed to take part of the day off.
I can't take part of the day off.
Ah.
You
But
did work slightly
tomorrow-
less hours.
Jesse.
I worked like a normal day today, so yes, it was fine. Tomorrow, though, I'm sneaking out for a massage in the morning.
Ooh.
Do it.
Ooh.
Yes, internet.
You told the whole internet, right?
Don't tell anyone. You
This
don't
is
know where I
live on
work
the
anyways.
YouTubes.
Live on the YouTubes.
It's live on the
Live
YouTube.
on the
and
YouTubes. I mean,
it will also be posted on the pods as well. Like, you can listen to us as a podcast. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Podcast
got to-
listeners, we were just enhancing our breasts for the camera. You missed it.
The
So
ladies.
you gotta
know.
see these
I was
wonderful
lost.
breasts. You must.
There was
Watch
a
me watch.
lot of boobly bobbling going on.
Bibbity boobily.
We breasted boobily. Yeah.
We breasted. Yes, that's. I was trying to think of the.
It's the
the-
breasted
the-
boobily.
I did
Yeah,
the Cinderella
breasted
version.
boobly, yeah. That comes from a Mad Lib we did God, we did that one years ago. That was
You
one of the
just
early ones,
snorted.
wasn't it? Boobly, boobling,
Bibbly bubbly.
yeah, boobly bubbling.
Bibbly
Yeah,
bubbly
whatever it was. Yeah, that's an early Mad Lib. That
All
one.
right,
So,
are we ready to
yeah.
read Stormborn today?
I mean,
Wait, are we not reading? Are we not reading?
We're on
Gone with the Wind?
chapters 14 and 15.
are you behind on
That's
Stormborn?
what
Is that
I
what you're
read. What
saying?
did you guys
I don't
read?
know what I read.
I-
I'm confused right now.
Yeah.
Are we not reading Eureka Day today?
What?
No, definitely not. Whatever is going on there.
Is that a movie?
You mean
or-
we're not reading Consort of Fire, which by the
Ooh.
way was on sale for $12.75 on Amazon. So I bought it.
Nice.
Have you read it?
Oh, I've read it already.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's so
But
good.
I
have
haven't
not
read
read-
any of the other ones. So I like always look for sales and I was
It's
like, ooh.
independent. Yeah, that's the right time to.
I have not read any of Kiroshi's books. I'm terrible. I should read some of them. So
Well, the thing is I pre-ordered the fourth book,
Mhm.
and that's the first one. So I still need to buy and read 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, so that's
It's 2 duologies, yes, but I still
but
make
they're all in the same world, so they still have
Right.
the same characters.
right. So, but I
So-
still want to read 2 because it's a natural progression.
Yeah, so it's
Three.
Consort of Fire and Queen of Dreams, I believe, and
Yes.
then Daughter of Tides, and then whatever the fourth book is.
They're really
Yes.
fun.
They're so much fun.
You should read them
I've heard
up.
great
I would be
things
really
about
interested. Have you read any romance books before? Do you like
Me or
romance?
Rob?
Rob.
I mean, I've read a couple here and there. Like,
Do tell.
Which ones?
I don't remember.
I feel like we need to get to the Daily Veil, otherwise we
Yeah. Like, this is already unhinged enough, folks. There's not a huge amount of Daily Veil, but there's a couple things. So, Michael and Kate, take it away.
Spear brothers and sisters,
It is time to cover up your face.
for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
I gotta be honest, Mel and Leia dancing in the background to that was the best bit of that. I'm sorry, I wish you could have seen that, everybody at home. I think they just remembered that I could see that. Anyway, Leia, what is this video you're displaying for us?
I was gonna say Moraine Spike.
Moraine Spike.
Moraine Spike. I completely forgot about it.
I believe I
Rosamund
warned you,
Pike.
listeners and viewers.
Rosamund Pike posted this delightful compilation of Maureen's costumes, pointing out that the fashion and fantasy video is still going on that people can purchase. So I didn't bring my glasses; they're over there. Wait,
I can read it for you.
Yeah.
I know so many of you pour over Moraine's costumes. I have, now that I'm reading this, she's written pour, P-O-R-E. Interesting. Yeah, I know so many. I think that's going to be deliberate how close and detailed we get. Pour over Moraine's costumes in such eloquent detail. And I wanted to remind you that you can look in astonishing detail, all of them via the interactive, immersive online exhibition that Sharon Gillan has put up, where you can look at every inch of the costumes. Basically, just there's a huge exhibition you can enjoy. So go to fashionandfantasy.com and you can buy that if you haven't already. So it's a fun video.
Yeah,
Really,
it's
really
really
worth it.
great. It's really
Yeah.
great. And it features some footage recorded by our super cinematographer.
All cinnamon of you.
I'm the cinnamon person they're talking about there, folks. So yes, there is actually. I did actually get to submit some film footage for the exhibition that made it. Yes. Into the.
and you're credited for it.
And your
I am credited in it. Yes.
credited cinnamon
credited.
credits.
Yes.
It's contagious.
I have cinnamon credited it. So yeah. All right.
Yes, so
Was
go
there
do
anything else from you, Leia?
One more little bit.
Okay.
So the fabulous Serene has our commissions open again.
Yay!
So she's done amazing artwork. Oliver's Ears, who's in chat, his chibi, and then also Ashikova has some.
That's her
with
monkey.
her little monkeys. So yeah, there's just several people in the community. She also
On the
does,
left, just before.
does a little bit more landscapes also. So if you want a little bit bigger, I know she did a family portrait for Christine, which was absolutely delightful, of Christine with the kids and the dogs. So which was super adorable. And then also she did a portrait of Juliet and also just loves horses. So
if you want to know about horses, Serene posts about, she has horses and she posts a lot and they're wonderful. So
yeah. So
it's worth checking out.
And Serene did the she did the magnet from 2024 MalkieriCon, right? With the chicken on it.
yes.
Yeah. She's done chicken magnets. She did chicken magnets just
Every
she
year.
did 24 and she did in 25.
Okay, so that was hers though, right? So yeah,
That was
I have one of those. It's so cute.
It's super, super cute. So
Again, just like gorgeous artwork.
I love the kitty on her head.
she's trained by Memo. So Serene
Yeah.
is in Memo's Discord server and took Memo's class at MalkieriCon, I think in 2024 actually.
Yeah, the last one in Manchester, and actually worked on her first chibi doodle during the con,
So
and with getting direction from Memo the entire time. So they were able to actually collaborate a lot on that first one, which was
really, really cool.
adorable.
Look at that. Spuds in chat screaming MalkieriCon. That's because Spuds is going to come to MalkieriCon before.
Yes.
He posted yesterday that he's got his tickets. So. Did you have anything else, Leigh?
Not from news, so unless there's anything spontaneous that has come up.
I have something. I tried to, amp it, when we were talking about reading and stuff, but no one twigged onto it. I went to see a play last week.
Yay.
Yes, I may have lost my job, and yes, I may be, desperately trying to sort life out. But I already had a trip to Dublin Books to go see this play called Eureka Day, which stars all those people there, and you see that woman just there. That's our Min. That's Kai Alexander.
Nice.
Just there. So yeah, it's a really, really. It was such a fun play. I went the second to last night that it was on. And it was hilarious. So it's about a private school where there's an outbreak of mumps, and it's basically a whole conversation around vaccines.
It's like the high school 3 blocks from our house now, where there's 6
Oh, I was gonna say North Carolina,
gosh.
but yeah.
Well,
but not as probably funnier.
it was really, really funny. The interesting thing about this is it was written pre-COVID, and so it's really interesting to see how many things of what they wrote in it and then portrayed was so true to how things were during COVID
so did they
lockdowns.
inadvertently write an instruction guide for the crazy people?
Maybe a little bit. So it was absolutely hilarious. There's literally a scene during their quarantine moment where the 5 committee people on there's a laptop, they're the one side of the stage, laptop, the camera, they're talking to it, and it's being displayed on a drop down whiteboard at the back of the stage, and we can see it. But to the right of the video feed, which is live, what they're acting on stage is what's appearing on the video feed. To the right of it is the quote live chat from parents at home, and it got a little unhinged. It fucking killed me. It was so funny.
That's so
but yeah, so it was really, really worth seeing. I really enjoyed it. Never been to the Gate Theatre in Dublin, so that was great. It's a cute little theatre, really nice. Seats were, pretty decent, and the theater was cute. It's this up area, and there's a bar down the back and up and down steps and stuff. It's very sweet. And then I actually got to meet Kai afterwards, and she chatted to me in the bar for 10 minutes. Honestly, the nicest person in the world. She was so sweet. She knows about the conventions, people, and she hopes to attend them one day. So yeah, so that was really cool. And yeah, she was just so happy. I introduced myself being hi, so my friends came to see you 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And they're they had a friend who was supposed to come who screwed up his flights because of the same days and dates applying in March as in February. And she's like, oh my God, was that you? I was like, yeah, that was me. I'm that.
When you were when you went to the premiere for season 3, which that's also an anniversary tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yes.
For the show, did you meet her at that premiere too, or did you have a chance to talk to her?
So I didn't actually have a chance to talk to her. I did kind of semi meet her. So a bunch of us went for like a dinner afterwards, and then the folks who stayed at the bar just outside the cinema, people kept coming out from the hotel that was also next door, and they were like texting us, being like, "Oh my god, like so and so just came out. This person just came out." Like in the end, we were all like, "Okay, we'll finish up dinner and come back." And Hatch was with us, and and Sarah Nakamura was with us. That was it. It wasn't Hatch. It was Sarah was doing it. And we were walking back towards the bar everyone was at, where the hotel and the cinema was. And she saw, I can't remember who she saw. Who did she see? She saw, I think it might have, anyway, she saw like a group of people, and she knew all of them, obviously. But one in particular, she was just like, "Oh my God," and screamed out. It was, I don't know, like Max or something like that. And Kai was in the group, but Kat spoke to Kai, because that was when Raimi came over and said, chatted to me, because I hadn't seen her in ages. She's like, "Oh my God, good to see you, Rob," type thing. So I didn't actually get to talk to Kai because I was busy talking to Raimi. But she was there.
Yeah, you were. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go on.
you were.
Anyway.
You did an ASMR me eating a Cheetos? Is that what
You were totally like,
Yeah, that was not ASMR, but never mind. Nice try. Anyway, so that's finished now, folks. But it was a really good play. So if you fancy having a good giggle about schools and people being offended, not offended, people going through changing their minds about things, having all sorts of different shit going on, and then just funny interactions with parents, it's worth checking out if you ever see it at a theater near you.
what's your next play on the docket, Rob?
I don't technically have anything booked other than going to the Olivier's.
Oh yeah.
Just that. So just seeing all the plays in short form very quickly.
I mean, there'll be a lot.
Musical numbers from every musical in the entire London stage.
But I did get Kai did give me a hint that not the next play at the Gate Theatre in Dublin, but the play after that, which starts in May, will be featuring a certain Maiden of the Spear.
Which one?
I might be going back to Ireland to see a Maiden of the Spear.
The Irish Maiden of
the
the Spear?
obvious one that would be at the Irish theater.
I don't want to be.
No, but that doesn't mean it's obvious. But I said
we'll leave that there. I'll let you know. So
I mean,
I don't think I've got. There we go. That's enough hints anyway. You just said all that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Anyway,
I was just making horn noises. What are you talking about?
As we did point out, folks, tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary since season 3 came out. I can't believe it's been.
Oh, boo! I mean, yay, but boo!
It was the best season of the Wheel of Time.
It was the best.
Celebrate it because it was amazing.
It was,
and it was a great achievement. And yeah,
it was fun while it lasted.
And yeah,
and I wonder if there's any content creators putting together things for it.
I don't know.
We had a really good time.
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good.
It was great.
It's pretty good.
But let's talk about our book this week, Gone with the Wind.
Yes. It should only take 12 hours to talk about it.
We can talk about the Remake Institute.
No, don't out me.
I totally left so much stuff. I meant to make a list of things to bring, and I did not bring a wine opener.
We should remind new viewers that might just randomly jump on this stream at some point or watch YouTube who each one of us are when it comes to the books we're about to talk about.
That's fine. Ladies and gents, if you've made it this far, 19 minutes and 30 seconds into this episode, having no idea who we are and what we do here, welcome to probably one of our most unhinged episodes in quite some time. We are predominantly a show that talks about Wheel of Time. However, as you've just heard, because of Wheel of Time ending last year, idiots, that we are expanding our topics. And what we're actually talking about is going through Leviathan Wakes currently, which is the first book in the Expanse series. Before we then move on to maybe watching the first season or maybe reading the second book and then watching the first season.
Amis and I will make decisions.
Yes, and Amis and Leigh-A will make that decision because Amis and then Leigh-A, you are...
We're the readers and the watchers.
Yes, so I've read the books multiple times, the entire series multiple times, and seen the show multiple times. Amis has.
I am rereading the books for the first time, but I've seen the series 5 or 6 times at least.
Okay. And then we have Mel, who is a...
I have seen the series 1 time and never read the books.
And then Rob.
Me, who has done neither. I have not read the books or I have not watched the show until now. And now we are 16 chapters in. So, and we are talking about chapters 15 and 16 today. But before we actually do that, I think we need a word from Heather.
It's just so beautiful every time.
I don't know why, but last week that didn't hit my ears as well as it did this week. Last week that was like, like I've heard it, and then some reason this week that was like just magic in my ears, like another level of magic type thing. Like it was like, this is amazing, it's great, but like, how is it? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm on wireless this week and I'm not usually. Anyway.
So big shout out to Heather Sadai for writing and singing the song, and then she worked with C'est La Vie, our Avi. That's not Avienda. Helped with some of the sound mixing to just like bring it from an amazing level to an epic level.
Yeah, to the point where YouTube has trouble telling it apart from the original track. But I'm okay with that. We're dealing with it. It's fine. So it's beautiful, and we want to keep it, and we're going to keep it. So who wants to do a recap?
I did it last week.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn for a recap? My turn for a recap?
Sure, Rob. Thank you.
Okay. So get cozy, listeners. So chapter 15, Holden. Holden grabbed for Naomi. He struggled to. No, I'm not going to read like that. So, but everyone was very.
I was just getting cozy.
It was very
cozy. We got cozy.
Yeah, it's very cute. I love it. I wasn't looking at the screen originally, and then I saw it, and I'm like, oh.
Do your recap.
So the recap, shit's going down in the hangar. Okay, like last week, we were left with just Holden was just. His team was just basically about to be blown up, blown to shit. This guy's just got a rocket face at them, basically. They're in the hangar trying to get away. Gomez has been wiped out as far as we know, and it's just like, what's going on? And LT, okay, he gets taken out by gunfire, whatever, and Holden has to do some magic acrobats to like basically avoid them all being shot up and blown to pieces, but it doesn't really pull it off, okay? And thanks to Gomez, who's not actually dead yet, okay, it's Leia's dancing around now.
She did some rolling.
Rolling, nice. Gomez distracts them and manages to save them from actually being blown to pieces. But Amos has like a fucked leg. LT's been blown away in the corner, and it's not going well. So Holden decides, well, I've just got to pick up the whole team and carry them to the teeny tiny ship to get away. Okay, so Holden actually did some shit there for a second, maybe. We'll think about it.
Clips the carabiners. Good job. Anyway,
Yes, he figured out how a carabiner works. So we get to the little ship and we get off. All right. LT is just like, Alex, you know how to fly a ship? You're in the Navy. Fucking fly the ship. Just get us out of here. Go. Full whack. The whole 9 yards. Fast as she goes. All right, basically. So they get in, they strap down. Everyone's yelling at everybody. Just fucking strap in. Off we go. And Holden wakes up after this bird is finished. And like, you know, oh, by the way, yeah, Gomez eventually died. Thank you, have a point, you know, for saying Gomez the Rock. Yeah, Gomez did actually die. He didn't die last chapter, but he did die very quickly this chapter. Anyway, Holden wakes up. They're in their bunks. And he's just like, well, that fucking sucked.
My testicles hurt.
Yeah, basically my eyeballs and my testicles hurt. So we must have been at high G for a long time. And he tries to figure out who's doing what and where they are. And we find out that Amos is not doing so good. All right. And he just sort of turns around to, he turns around to Naomi and be like, so are you going to fix it? And she's like, why? It's not a lump of metal. I can't just hammer it flat and fix it. Like, it's a human fucking being. Why'd you lean on me? And he's like, good point. You go check on Alex, go check on LT, and I will figure shit out with him. She comes back and is like, yeah, he's dead. Like, he had busted ribs down one side, and the high knew that was going to happen. So, like, we've lost all 4 Marines at this stage. And it's just now it's down to like just 4 of them, and one of them is Amos, who's got a fucked leg. So he's been reading this meantime about how to fix shattered bones, and he's like, yeah, well, you got to just yank it. Don't worry, I'm gonna do the hard shit. We just got to yank it and line it back up. And he wakes up in the middle of this, and it's horrific and horrible to the point where they screw it up and he passes out. So the second time around they get it right and he's not screaming out, and it's like, this is okay, it works this time. They think maybe. And then they're like, well, we got to call someone. We're screwed, but we're being tracked. And Alex is like, no, I turned that off. That's good. The transponder's gone. We don't need that. So and then he's like, well, now I need to call somebody. Where can we go? We don't have a transponder. We're running dark in the middle of a war zone. The last time a ship did that, they got blown up. So who do we do? What do we do? What do we call? So he's like, I know. I'll call Mr. Ubiquitous. Okay. Mr. Harvey Johnson. I don't know what his fucking name is.
Fred Johnson. You're very close.
Fred Johnson. That's it.
Johnson.
Palpatine.
Well, I was trying to think of his actual first name rather than the name I've given him. So Fred Johnson. So he calls Fred Johnson, who picks up suspiciously quickly and says, hey, put your anal laser beam on this point and we can talk better. And he's like, yeah, here's how you reprogram your transponder so you can hide. And this is where you should fly to. And he's just like, okay. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that. And I think that's basically the end of the Holden chapter, I think. I don't think I missed anything else there. Sounds about right. Yeah.
I mean, he calls him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I said he called him, and he's like, come here. So then we get Miller. Now, Miller is, there's like a shitload of cases on, but the Miller chapter starts with, I forgot how it actually starts with now. Basically it starts about talking about the war. Okay, there's like huge attacks going on, and like the belt's warming up for war. It's been ready for ages, this and the other, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? So make sure I'm right. Yes, Howard Johnson, they just need a place to stay for the night. Yeah, that works. There we go. I'm reading comments from chat. So yeah, so basically, like, there's just shit going on about the war, and like Earth's kind of sticking out of it, and like, you know, we kind of just got to stay neutral because we're the ones not involved so far. But eventually, through this conversation, he gets called in to the office with Shadid, and basically she's like, I'm here to tell you off. Also, Dawes is hiding here, by the way. We'll find out why he's here in a second.
I was just hanging out with Shadid.
Yeah, you are still looking for Julie. You're on the Mal case. You're not meant to be on the Mal case. What the fuck are you doing? And he's just like, you gave it to me. And she's like, and I told you not to care about it. And he's like, well, I do care about it. And she's like, well, you got to stop. And there's this like whole undercurrent of the conversation where she's like, basically, yeah, I'm monitoring you, and I'm stopping you doing things. Okay. And it's getting a bit heated, and to the point where Dawes just pops in. He says, oh, whoa. Okay, I got this. You don't know shit. Okay. You're not allowed to find out this information. I can find out this information. You're not allowed to find this information. Shut up, Shadid. I'm in charge. Because she tries to talk. And it's like, basically, you just need to bugger off and leave this alone. Okay? Stop chasing Julie. All right? You can't even find your own riot gear. Okay? I found your riot gear for you. This is what happened to it. All right? You couldn't even find it yourself. Go get some aloe vera. Go sit at your desk and shut the fuck up.
Some aloe vera, what?
Because of the burn, the sick burn.
Oh, the sick burn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good. That was very well done, Rob.
Sorry, Rob.
Perfect. And so basically he gets kicked to the curb. All right. And he's like, I'm not going to give this up. But he's like, how do I get around this? And then he goes and sits down with Mus. And basically he's just like, Mus, what would you do like back in your days at these other squads and like you wanted like someone to not solve a case? Or you give it to the idiot, you give it to the fresh fish, you give it to the one no one likes, because then like they're not going to solve the case. It's like there's always a problem person, someone who thinks they're hot shit when actually the numbers are no better than anyone else, and perhaps they're just an alcoholic who sits there and drinks and has a problem because his ex-wife left him, and he's just like, well, thanks for calling me out, appreciate that. How did you get stuck with me? She's like, I turned down an advance from my boss, but I could be working with worse. I used to be in the rape squad, so it's fine. And it's like, well, this is not great. So he's like, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get drunk at a bar.
Yep.
So he goes gets drunk at a bar because that's real sensible.
Just gonna
prove this theory correct. And while she's drunk at the bar, he's just going to sob and cry and tell everyone about Julie, because apparently now he's in love with Julie. And that's basically where the chapter ends. Ta-da!
He was doing so well for a couple of chapters.
He
but-
really.
He was.
He had us
oh my god.
fooled. We were all Team Miller.
Mhm,
And
yeah.
then, I mean, he didn't have me fooled about Julie. Let me just say, I thought that was creepy, and it's like now it's even more creepy. It's even more creepy.
Shall we talk the Holden chapter first, or do we want to?
I guess so, yes.
Are we killing Miller first?
I mean, we haven't assigned a airlock person in a while.
I haven't airlocked. I mean, I
haven't-
airlocked those 6 ships.
You did.
He did.
And
And
those
I
6
lost-
ships
That
are
was 3
airlocks.
episodes- That was three of these episodes ago.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still,
And then the
you airlocked
following
that shit.
episode, you had just
I
read
was
it.
celebrating Shed's demise.
Yes, and there were too many lieutenants to
Yeah,
name
you
that you
did.
couldn't separate them, so you just decided not to. And
In
then
my
last week-
defense, I was gonna kill some lieutenants, but I didn't.
but you
actually.
couldn't remember which one. So
And then
Yeah.
last week I didn't pick anyone.
I don't think you picked anyone last week.
No, not last week.
No.
You're too happy about Shed. So
No,
still.
I picked someone last week.
No, I don't think you did.
I think
So
I honestly don't remember.
yeah, I mean this whole getaway is a big clusterfuck, isn't it?
It is
I'm just
so
like,
crazy.
what is going on? It's wild.
I don't know. I was kind of pro. Like,
oh no, you did pick one last week.
I
Hold
was
on.
kind of pro.
Hold on.
Dawes. I picked Dawes.
Yep.
I
Oh,
killed
you did pick doors, yes.
You did. I
I
don't remember why you picked
thought I
Dawes.
picked somebody. I was really okay. I mean, Rob said it, but yeah. I mean, Holden actually he kind of captained a little bit this chapter.
Couple of moments, yeah.
He made some decisions. He told people what to do. He had an internal monologue justifying why he needed to make decisions and tell people what to do, because he said he had training that told him that he should actually, do something, even if it was the wrong thing. He still needed to do it, which, because everyone was looking to him to lead, which also, I mean, why was Naomi looking at him to lead? I had questions about that. I was like, was she?
Well, because I feel like Naomi does have that very like understanding of positional and situational authority, and she also, I feel like,
He understands positions.
I think, here's my theory.
Yeah, she
Here's my
does.
theory. Is she really cares about Amos, and she was really upset about him getting hurt. She was worried
Yeah.
he was going to die, so she was not in her like full mental capacity, and so she was just like, I mean, that's why she snapped at him, and that's why she asked him if she was going to also have to pilot the ship, because
Yeah, like if Alex dies, am
she
I gonna
really
drive?
cares-
Like
she really cares about Amos. She feels responsible,
but
for
also
him. But she also she was
he's
too
breaking her because he is just literally letting her do everything, and he does nothing.
absolutely.
But he realizes it too. He's like,
Yeah,
no,
but
has.
he finally hit her breaking point.
Yes,
And he, of course, did not realize that until she just like snapped at him.
Sometimes
But like
you
there
have to
was
do-
maybe, and I guess I'm giving the authors the benefit of that doubt that like against her character, she was looking to him to lead because she was really distracted by worrying about Amos. That's my theory. Anyway.
Yeah. I literally I wrote my notes. I was like, congrats Holden for having just a moment of self-realization of how much you rely on Naomi and just use her as a crutch. You know, and then when you realize that, not being like, oh God, I'm so sorry, just being like,
okay,
I will step up to the plate.
But,
you know, like
let's stretch that a little bit further, because what he did is like, I will handle Amos and his leg, go check on the lieutenant, who then she discovered he was dead, and he was like, cool, come back
and help me.
Cool, come back, and I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this, but what I need you to do is reset
it's
the fucking leg.
It's a 2-person job. What they were doing.
It's a 2-person job, but she's the one moving his leg.
No, wasn't it James Holden was the one that was moving it?
No, he told her to move the leg. So he was like, I think
Mel is right there.
And she's the one who has to actually reset the bone. I'm handling this, but you're doing the hard part. It's fine. Just make your best.
Oh no, Leia's right. We need to pull this bone straight before we set it. Hold him still, and I'll pull on his foot. Let me know when the
I totally read that the wrong way then.
And then she started the process. He's like, I know you're not a doctor, just best guess. So she
still has to best guess.
Well, because she had to tell him when it was.
She's still leaving it. He's still.
But that is like, you know. That,
no, I mean, I know.
Like,
and as somebody who has had to have a bone reset by a professional,
you've had to have that happen.
It was only my pinky finger.
Oh God. Okay.
But still, it was just the pinky finger, and that was like a horrific experience.
No, your face then was not very ideal.
Yeah, they attempted to numb it up. I have the terrible fortune to have that redhead gene where anesthesia doesn't work on you.
I have that gene.
It's really fun. So they're like, we're gonna numb you up. I'm like, it's really not gonna work, and they're like, oh, of course it is. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, charge me for it. It's not gonna work.
Amazing.
But also, like, just the pinky was like, and I don't like to use the word excruciating often because, like, I feel like the word excruciating should be used in just like the most dire of moments, but that was excruciating. Just a little pinky.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been able to like experience pain that was so extreme that I passed out or even got close to passing out. You think about how much that must have hurt. You have?
Oh yeah.
Have you actually passed out from pain before?
Sure.
Wow.
I got close to it once. But it was like actually
you just feel it. It goes.
It was the release of pain. So I was getting something put back into place. And it was excruciating to have happen. It got right to the threshold. And then when it like went where it should, like there was that pop.
Yeah.
And it just everything went where it should, and the pain disappeared.
Yeah.
The release just made me go, oh, and I was so close to passing out as a result of the pain, the void left by the pain disappearing.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Was it like that for you, Amis, or was it like the pain?
No, I have had some severe injuries, and one of them was a volleyball injury. And my ankle totally went like this.
Oh!
And I fell down, and like you sit there for a minute and you're in that like shock moment. And then you realize what's happening. And then I just was like, wow. But I used to have, when I was really young, I used to have fainting like issues with lots of things. Like I would give like full pints of blood, and then I'd be like, it's great. Here's a full pint. And then they would even pre-treat me some more, give me cookies. And I'd sit up and I would pass out. I used to pass out from tetanus shots. Like, I don't do this anymore. But this was all like teenager years. And so this was the same time in my life. So I was like passing out a lot during that time in my life. So I don't know. But it was pretty crazy. But I have gotten almost to that point in many different injuries in my life. But that was a really bad one. That was like,
Yeah, that does sound bad. I feel you with the fainting thing. When I was a kid, like if I was injured myself and had a lot of blood going on, like I had a finger chopped off, or part of a finger chopped off when I was quite young, and split the back of my head open once. On both occasions, there was a lot of blood, and on both occasions, I passed out as a young child.
The blood, yeah.
The blood would just made me go, oh!
From seeing blood, yeah.
We'll try to go in after the show and put a timestamp for trigger warning.
Oh yeah, sorry. Good point about that. Sorry, folks.
this is not your show, for fuck's sake.
It's a live show. You can't predict it.
Anyway,
we'll try to go.
Now let's keep talking.
Can we celebrate Gomez for a moment?
Yeah, like
Why
well,
is
also
that?
like Kelly was alive and Gomez was alive. Were you shocked?
I was pretty surprised that he was still alive. I
Gomez,
did not
yeah.
expect him to still be
So
there.
remember last week when we asked you that question about the Marine armor and your impressions of it?
Mm.
And you're like, I haven't really
Yeah.
thought about it.
I mean, now he's
there
out
might
there
have
in
been a
Master
reason
Chief.
for this
He's
question.
wearing like 2 sets. Gomez is wearing like 2 or 3 sets of Master Chief outfit right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, double Master
Seriously.
Chief.
Yeah, if that guy
He's,
isn't,
he's
like,
being a small platoon, so he has to have at least 3 people's armor on, right?
he is wild.
Yeah,
And also,
that's
is
crazy.
he part Sonic or something? Like, is he?
It's just
is-
the
is-
armor,
is-
man.
I don't know.
like-
Probably just like I think really good training and also armor.
What do you
And-
think it's made out of?
So cool.
So basically, so I was a little confused about what happened to our LT because in the previous chapter it was like it sounded like he vaporized, like the way that they wrote it made it sound like
it was like fireworks.
it was like he exploded in a puff of smoke, or there was some sort of
Something
like
about fireworks.
yeah, and I was just like, what? And so the fact that there was still part of him and he was still talking was surprising to me.
Again, there was a reason we
Yeah.
asked you guys last
But,
week
like,
about that.
They
His
were halfway
armor
to
was,
the
like,
ship,
totally
and
crushed.
Holden was starting to think they might make it when a line of smoke crossed the room and intersected with Kelly, and the lieutenant disappeared in a flash of light. That's
Yeah.
literally the last small
He disappeared in a flash of light. That really felt like a quite mortal ending. And then he was partially
busted on one side.
like one side was injured from the
To the
flash.
point where hydraulic liquid is floating in his spacesuit.
That's
you
crazy.
know?
Yeah, and he was like leaking liquid and also blood, but could still talk and give orders. And I was just like, I guess, just functioning on adrenaline. And then,
Maybe
and then
that's what
I guess he must have been quite injured. And then acceleration did him in. I didn't quite understand
Yeah.
how that.
So,
Well, is it not like because
so I just want to
it's
make
the
one comment.
G-forces?
Okay, so chat, remember, like we're only limiting it to the information that has been given in the books. So, like, I know some of us think that some of this is apparent, and again, Amis and I keep hinting we ask you these questions for a reason. Let's keep the chat about the armor to a minimum because we've got hydraulic fluid leaking. They've survived explosions and bullets that we're all surprised. Let's leave it at that, and
I
let's
think what it
these
tells us is
two
that
do their
Martians are a bunch of badasses, don't you think? Like these 2 guys alone in just fighting until they finally.
What
get-
I actually wrote something about that. What did I wrote?
Yes.
God, where did I write something about? I was like, if all MTR soldiers are like Gomez, woe betide anyone who tries to fight them hand to hand in fair combat.
Well, I
Because
mean,
clearly these guys are not—they're overpowered with weapons. These invaders.
yeah, and but
I'm
we
like,
also see it from Holden's perspective, right? So it's
Sure.
clearly not just a equipment thing, right? He talks about them with like making fun of Marines was the thing that we just did as Earthers, and then he realized like, no, these guys are like hardcore, and he's never gonna make fun of
He's like a
Marines.
maniac,
He's
just
like
popping out and blowing
consciously
shit
chose
up.
to sacrifice themselves for him. So like it's a combination of training and their super
equipment.
hydraulic armor. I assume there's
Yeah.
some sort of like exoskeleton situation happening that's like
It gotta be.
hydraulically powered.
Is this? Are they like mini Pacific Rim monster? Like fucking not kaiju. Kaiju's are the monsters. What are the
I've
damn-
never seen Pacific Rim, so I
Oh my god! Of course not. It's a total boy movie. It's a total boy movie. It's giant monsters versus
giant movies. I just never saw that one.
Oh, that was.
I used to go to the gym that Colonel Gadsden, the colonel that was one of the double amputees in the movie. Yeah, I went to the gym with him, and like we worked out. Yeah, he went to my CrossFit gym. It was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, he was such a fucking badass. So talk about Marines being badasses.
So was he actually an amputee?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, literally all in that movie, they took the hike up.
I've never seen it.
Okay, so they're in the movie. So in the movie,
we're watching it.
Which is like it's set in Hawaii and alien attack, but
that's the second one.
I don't know what happened. Anyways, what's the important part of the movie? It doesn't matter what happens besides Rihanna being in it. The important part of the movie is that the daughter of the admiral worked with disabled veterans and was taking these disabled veterans up on a hike to help them.
That is Battleship.
Oh,
that is not Pacific Rim. That is Battleship.
We should really talk about the Expanse.
Let's go back to the Expanse.
Okay,
that movie has Rihanna in it, for Christ's sake.
Okay, chapter 15.
Let's go back.
So I want to repeat what Mel said because I wrote it down because it's a great quote. And I don't think he was saying this as an Earther. He was saying it as a Navy person. He says, making fun of jarheads was as normal as cussing. And then he closes that with, he'd never make fun of them again. He was so impressed because they always make fun of jarheads, right? But just these guys blew his mind,
Yeah, but it almost
they
seems
blew their minds.
Seriously.
It almost seems like even the Martian Marines are next level to the Earther Marines. It seemed like he just,
yeah. This was this is
and I agree. They were impressive, but
Marines, and then you've got SEAL Team 6 is kind of what it felt like,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess what I was trying to understand is the mechanisms by which let's say if they were wearing some sort of exoskeleton, right? If that's what the armor is, and it had been compromised by being exploded with a smoky beam of light firework situation, and then they accelerate, but he's not for some reason strapped into a couch. Maybe he can't be strapped into a couch in the armor.
I thought he was,
but it's compromised, right? So then all of that broken armor stuff smashes into his body. What a crazy way to die.
Yeah, just
and they said that he must have known that would have happened. I was just
yeah,
that's awesome.
It was pretty brutal.
These Marines are seriously, they are just programmed to die if necessary.
Yeah,
they're I just lay my it's a requirement. Okay, today I'm laying my life down. It's just it was so casual.
I mean, I think
it wasn't casual, but it kind of was. There was no one in the team questioned it. They left that guy behind initially, and everyone else, even the guy they left, and everyone else was yeah, he's dead. He will die.
Even Holden says I met Captain, what's her last name, Yao, or I can't remember. He's I met her for 4 minutes. And pretty much he was I could tell she was tough enough to blow the ship.
And she was a just Navy. So as a Martian. So it was very apparent that that ship was very committed and dedicated.
Yeah.
I think Alex in this chapter and in the past chapters has backed up that concept.
So now we know who we're talking about when we talk about Martians and their kind of personality, I think, in the whole solar system. This is a really good example of who are they, right?
Yeah, and we can maybe not in this episode talk about whether that's good for a person or not, because they're still humans, right? And so all of that individual choice type of stuff has been kind of like trained out of them, but I mean humans, like speaking clearly from a very American perspective, but it's the rugged individuality.
It's a military thing though, like when you sign up, like to a certain degree, for better for worse, you sign up for that.
Yes,
I think there'll be more information to come later about Mars.
Yeah, interesting.
Probably. Yeah, but that doesn't feel like.
Oh, go ahead, Rob.
This didn't feel as high stakes as it turned out to be.
Really?
Know? Like, no. Like, we've got this big giant, however many story long ship type thing. You've got 16 tiny ships that, in theory, should be like wiped off the map. 6, yeah. Like, it should be able. You could wipe them off the map by sneezing. And then suddenly it becomes like they're trying to board and they're blowing holes in the ship, and you're like, okay, this don't make sense. And then, they are boarding, they are taking out these highly trained Marines, and they're like, it's going to get to the point where they blow the whole thing up. And you're like, oh, so this is extremely high stakes, because initially I didn't understand that there's insanely protective information on this ship where it's like, if you get boarded, you have to blow the whole thing up. I didn't realize that initially when they were like, oh, these 6 ships, if they don't turn around in 2 hours, I'm going to blow them up. It didn't feel like that initially.
Well, because they didn't think that they were going to get to the point that everybody was surprised that rounds were being hit on the Doniger. That was shocking. So, like, the fact that there was a possible boarding was just completely like not even in the realm of possibility.
But that's my point. It was so low key initially that in half, not even half a chapter, in like a few lines between one chapter to the next, it went from a casual, like, if these ships don't piss off, we're gonna just like wipe them to one side type thing, to a okay, Marines, go give up your lives. Like, it just the initial stakes didn't seem to line up for what I was fine with where it went. Like, it made sense. I got to the end of this chapter, I was like, well, clusterfuck, but okay, like, where it got to made sense. And I understand why all those decisions were made, but from the initial setup, I was like, it didn't feel that high stakes. So it was like, these guys, even on a casual Tuesday, when it's just like, we can wipe these out with a sneeze, are still like, but I might have to die in 30 minutes. And like, that's just my life. Like, it was very, they clearly just live at that level. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah. Well, and what does that make you think about the stakes of what's going on? The fact that everybody's very confused about the origins of things, and
it makes me think that the Martians should be better at encrypting their very top secret information and have safes like in their systems to just like, I don't know, wipe their computers without having to murder their entire.
I know what it is, Mel. They don't have a Mr. Data to lock out the main computer from the Borg. That's what it is.
Right, but like
they should have.
Also,
they should have something.
We don't know that these invaders were the Borg. It's like if they get boarded,
it's just the Titanic all over again. There's not enough to
have some people. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't have to blow up the whole ship.
But you don't want that ship in somebody else's hands.
But it's also
it's not like 2,000 people turned off from those 6 teeny tiny ships.
Exactly. That's the part where I was just like, so it's 6 little ships and 2,000 people on the Doniger, and they couldn't handle getting boarded by a few pirates
with people that were wearing armor very similar to theirs. They were wearing the black armor that could fly.
That had self-healing technology. Yeah, so obviously the technology of these 6 little ships is.
I don't know anything about self-healing.
Yeah, that's a new word. Okay,
that's new. That's new information. My life.
The boobily wine is allowing loose lips.
Thanks for sharing. Anyway, but yeah, so it seemed like an extreme reaction, but clearly the people who boarded knew exactly what to do. But they also assumedly sacrificed themselves, right? So who said it? Somebody said that they were also destroyed. And I don't know if
yeah,
this is
I
an
feel like
unreliable
that was
narrator
Alex,
thing. I
'cause
wasn't
he was-
Alex
sure.
says the ships were also destroyed in the.
Who
Alex
says that?
mentions that they were all the little ships were destroyed when the Donager blew up.
So for the moment, I'm counting that as a successful
Yes, I agree.
mouse
Woo!
motherboard.
Yes, we can.
Cross it off, Leigh-A.
I would agree. Cross that off. Yeah, I would agree.
So can
I
we
don't
talk
know
about
I don't know
after
if
they
that's
leave
correct,
the ship?
but in the current
Or does Rob, do you have anything else to talk about while they're still on the ship?
About while they're still on the ship, no.
Okay.
But I did have a line about my theory is kind of like just both these chapters added to my Palpatine Johnson theory.
Okay. Yeah, I have a
So-
question at the end of this for Palpatine.
Okay. So another big ship bust, another tiny ship lost in space, another conversation with Mr. OPA himself. How convenient that after all of this, Palpatine Johnson is basically just sitting by the phone waiting for their phone call.
He's
Like,
lonely.
he's lonely. Don't, I mean, and you can't tell me he wasn't sat there. Like, this the whole thing is a win-win for him, okay?
It was like waiting for their booty call.
Yeah.
It's a booty call.
If these pirates get on the ship and take it over, well,
Yeah.
then they've got a beast of a ship and they have the intel and they have Holden in the crew. If they fail, well, then it's just another stick in the war machine, isn't it? It's just like, oh no, another ship blown up, you know, more stuff for the war and war stuff going on, blah, blah. And then Holden has no choice but to be like, oh, I guess I have to call Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
You know? And guess who sat there waiting to the point where it was mentioned in the chapter. It was like he was waiting for the phone.
It was
Yeah,
like
it
he
took
was
like
waiting, but he
15
was
minutes.
also surprised
Yeah.
that they called him.
It's
He was like,
because-
he said, I'm surprised to hear from you.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
No.
I think Fred Johnson gives new transponders to all the girls. I'm
All
sure.
the
That's it. He's like,
transporters.
oh, you're on a ship that can just change transponder codes? Oh, what a surprise. Oh, and I have one for you. Oh, and I have a place you can land. How convenient. Like,
So I will counter your surprise that he was sitting there with the fact that he could put an anus-sized tight beam. Do you think that he just had?
He was
like,
monitoring the whole situation because he's
outgoing,
behind the
outgoing,
situation.
incoming. Do you think that he would be able to put an anus-sized radar on maybe something like the Donager and 6 tiny little ships approaching? Keep an eye on the situation. Be like, oh, shit just blew up. Let's see if Holden survived.
So he has a. I mean,
do you think that's feasible, or do you think he was literally just like, I've been here for 3 days now listening?
Well, he said news about the Donager is just coming out, like on the
World Wide Web.
wires
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
net or whatever on the news.
Out on
It
blast.
seems like he got it. It felt like the way that was written, that he got that information the same way that everybody got that information. But I don't know. Again, not quite sure about the unreliable narrator, or if he's lying to them, or if he really is Palpatine Johnson. I'm not 100% on the Palpatine Johnson, though. I think, like in the Miller chapter, Rob got some pretty good verification of his Palpatine Johnson theory. There was some pretty.
I have
like,
a little addition to it.
Clip that.
There was some explicit
Mal agrees with Rob.
references in there, and they talking about the factions and the different OPAs, and I was like, oh my god, Rob's theory.
So here's a question, Rob. This question is for you. So,
Okay.
when Fred Johnson was talking, he
Mhm.
mentioned they're like, "How the hell do you get these transponder codes? Because they're controlled by Earth." And he says, "Yeah, I got it from Earth." He doesn't say how. So my question to you is he really retired? Is he working for Earth? Is he working for the OPA? Which is he? Is he? Do you think maybe his OPA is just a front for him actually working for Earth?
I don't think he's working for Earth. The whole there's a lot of like Earth is neutral going on in these chapters, like, and I think that was said. I'm not.
correct.
Yeah, I mean it could be a misdirect.
Oh, you
but
think you think him not working for Earth is a misdirect?
if
And I think the Earth is neutral stuff is a misdirect from the
Yeah.
authors.
But I
Whatever.
think that's like almost like a double bluff. Like maybe he is a little bit connected to Earth, but he's screwing them over at the same time. So if he's like working for Earth but controlling the OPA, if it does turn out to be that, it's not actually like Earth will think like, oh, he's our agent. He's not actually. He's screwing them over.
Do they think he is? I guess is the question.
So
do they think he's an Earth agent? Or no?
Earth might think he's an Earth agent. Yes, I can absolutely see Earth thinking he's an Earth agent. I think he is very much a Palpatine. I want to rule it all agents, and he's just using. So like Earth thinks he's an Earth agent. The OPA think he's an OPA guy. Mars is whatever connection he's got there. I haven't got a firm plan for that yet, but he's screwing everybody.
Okay.
And not in the fun way. Not the way Omos.
He's putting anus-size beams in all of the planets.
Lasering everyone at all times.
Exactly. There's no. This is not the Amos style. This is the.
He's adding new knots to
the
belt holes.
Yeah.
Can we go back just before Fred Johnson comes in the picture?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Mel mentioned it earlier. She touched on it, but we get an inner monologue from Holden, and he says he knew the other two were waiting for him, waiting to see how he was going to save them. Do you think that's a true statement? An unreliable narrator or Holden with a God complex? Do you think that everyone is waiting for Holden to save them?
I mean, we know Mel isn't, but let me just make.
I need no Holdens in my life.
Waiting, yeah.
I know where to hold it, and it is not on me.
The Tai Chi drifted through space toward no particular destination.
Tachi.
The Tai Chi, yeah, the Tai Chi.
Tachi.
For the first time in a long time, no one followed. Holden knew the other two were waiting for him, waiting to hear how he was going to save them. They looked at him expectantly. He tried to appear calm and thoughtful. Inside, he panicked. He had no idea where to go, no idea what to do. I'm down for a little bit of God complex there because he has just had the whole, I broke a Naomi a bit and just realized and had to step up for a hot second and yank, Amos's leg.
So he's super proud of himself for realizing
that's kind of like he's gone. I know they're gonna. I know that I'm gonna have to like continue doing that now, and I know they're gonna look to me. Maybe he went too far and was like, a smidge of God complex here. I can see that.
I just thought his second sentence where he says they want him to save them, like that was over the edge for me. I was like, the first one he was they're looking at me to know what to do. Okay, that's fine, but save them. I mean, I don't know. I think if he wasn't there, that Naomi would eventually have set Amos's leg eventually.
Well, yeah, because if he hadn't been there, then she's the next in charge. Yeah. So she would have been like mentally prepared to be like, okay, Holden's gone. I am the one in charge. So,
do you think Shed could have set that leg?
No.
Shed's the bottom. If it gets to the point where Shed's in charge, everyone else is dead.
Amos would not have a good leg.
Shed's dead.
Okay. It goes Holden, Naomi, Amos, Alex, Lieutenant Kelly, Gomez,
the ship, some pillows,
some space dust,
grass couch, and the juice,
and Shed,
and then Shed. That mop, and then
that mop, the butt rock, okay, and then Shed.
But you got the butt rock out of order.
Yeah, I did, but it's still above Shed. So yeah.
What do we think about Alex taking the initiative to turn off the transponder?
Very smart.
Transponder.
I think it was like his memory thing from.
I felt like his training kicked in.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Oh yes, sir, Mr. Marine, sir, I will fly the ship, sir." Thank God that he knew how to fly a fucking ship because Gomez is in pieces. Okay.
He wasn't a pilot tech. Like Shed was a tech medic. Because that would have really sucked.
Yeah,
he's literally been flying everything since the beginning of the book.
Like he's only been flying the night, which let's be clear.
No, he was actually flying the cans. Also,
he was
a pilot.
He was one of the pilots on the can. Yes.
Okay, but a bucket of rusty crap and another and the bucket of rusty crap
and a small bucket.
And he was a pilot in the MCRN, so the Marine Congressional Republic Navy.
If there's anything I've learned from this book, is that you can't believe it until they actually act on it, because they
Yeah.
all have such high opinions of themselves and their abilities, and then they get into actual situations and then they're just like terrible, except for Naomi. So let's just I don't trust until
That's
I
fair.
see the
I
action.
haven't seen him in
And
action.
I feel like Alex earned his
Accolades.
pilot cred.
He did.
in
Yeah,
this.
he did indeed. Yeah, definitely. It definitely just felt like muscle
now
memory. He's up there and he's like,
pilot.
we should
I
probably run dark
knew he
after
was
all
a
that
pilot.
shit.
I
I'm
just
gonna
didn't know
turn
he
this
was
off.
like
I thought it was very
a
smart.
hotshot pilot. Like I knew he was a capable pilot. I just didn't know and I think that taking the initiative thing is interesting because we haven't seen him like rock the boat at all. We've always seen him be like, yes, Holden, yes,
sir.
Captain, yes, sir. Like
sir.
very
He
much.
specifically said
He did something he wasn't explicitly ordered to do.
That's true.
And I thought that was interesting. And I don't know if that's a big picture thing, but I picked it because it seemed a little bit unlike
Wait,
anything he'd done
Are
before.
you saying he's a double agent? Is he a bad guy? Is that what you're saying?
No. Really? Am I?
And
Mel's not the ultimate critic. She's the ultimate
Alex-
critic of Holden.
No, I
but
just
and of Shed.
I just need people to prove themselves, because there's a lot of people who have very high opinions of themselves in their
So
head.
Dana Lou has I think Dana Lou's kind of saying kind of the same thing as you. And Alex
that as
is
Alex.
learning how capable he is for himself.
Yeah.
Or he's
Yeah.
really
Kind of-
an opportunity on the
We're learning it. Like maybe he
Maybe.
knew that, and he was just maybe he's behind the okily dokily hokey
Y'all.
country exterior. Maybe there's actually a mind under there
That's
that's
some serious Martian
Yeah.
spacism right there, you do.
Do you know, for me, it fell back like the previous chapter where he was trying to explain how things are done, and the Martians are like, shut up. Like, just,
Yes.
because we talked about it.
Now
How-
he's got the Martian in the
chapter where we just thought he was just nervous talking, right?
Absolutely. And then like LT goes to him, like, Kelly, he's just like, right, you know how to fly, yes? And he's like, yes, sir. And he's like, sweet, go fly the fucking ship, get us out of here type thing. And it just
Yeah.
felt like, okay, I'm actually, I can, show off my skills type thing. And it just felt like it fit with him being in there, like, we're in the shit. People have been injured. People have got legs in weird directions and busted armor and all sorts going on.
Yeah.
We should probably run dark. I remember this. I'm going to flick that off for a second.
And what
Like
do you
it kind of
think about his roadside justice thoughts.
Yeah.
down for it. No problems. Blowing that guy up with the cannons from the ship before he took off. Yes.
I mean, clearly they deserved it after blowing up all those very honorable Marines who were just trying to save their lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they were shooting Gomez while he was down after he covered their retreat. I mean,
Yeah, that was fucked up.
yeah. It was like,
But
it's like they had so much tow. He was like so much tow that they had to take him out. Like he was like, no, the bad guys.
Oh, the bad guys. had
He was
so much
like
stuff.
declaring them song is what was happening in that moment.
Gotcha,
He's
gotcha,
like, you
gotcha.
don't even deserve the honor of getting blown up with the 2,000 other people who are about to be blown up. I have to blow you up, especially because you're shooting
Yes.
the man when he's down.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right.
Anything else in this chapter?
I think we're good to move on to the bullshit that is Miller.
Okay.
Miller.
Bring
Miller.
on the
I'm sure I would have
sad.
had something if I had brought my notes with me, but I didn't.
Can we just
So-
go like straight to the end of the chapter and this whole like I'm just gonna go get drunk and be a dickhead and be like I'm in love with Julie? Like what? I liked Miller. I don't like Miller anymore.
It's
gone up and down almost every other chapter with Miller.
the
I
creepy
usually like Miller.
factor got amped up significantly in the
It was so
chapter.
creepy.
It was so creepy. And I think it's extra creepy because he does not know her. He's never met her. And so he's put her on this sort of like
And this chapter confirmed that he was approaching 50, so he's 49.
Princess pedestal.
And she's in her early 20s.
And it's
she's like
and
less
we,
than
and
half
we
his age.
and we know that Julie's a badass. Like we've met Julie, but he hasn't met Julie, and I'm upset on Julie's behalf that she's being objectified, honestly, because that's what
Do you think he's ever going to meet Julie, though? It's all going to be in his head as a thought.
God, I hope he meets Julie, and I hope she like
Kicks his fucking ass.
underwhelms him. I hope she's very underwhelming. I hope she's just like a normal person, and she breaks his entire like fantasy version of herself for him, and then he's just like, oh wow, that didn't go like I expected, and then he's like sad and mopey, and then moves on with his life. That's what I hope for freaking Julie, because she does not need to be in the focus of a man who has creepily objectified her.
Yeah, I like the commentary in the chat. Dane Luz, which was like, "Oh, is this the Miller slander hour instead of the Holden slander hour for a change?" Like, yeah, it kind of is. And then LBS before. So, are we liking Holden more, or do we just think both of the main protagonists are dumb now?
I acknowledge that Holden was capable of doing some good stuff in this episode, this chapter. I think honestly, Miller kind of strikes me as
Stop running through the photos. I was doing that.
Me as Leigh-A. Miller kind of strikes me as a person with like extreme personality differences, right? Like he's either like hyper focused and super good and super analytical, or like one thing flips the switch and he just like falls off in the other direction. Like he's like all or nothing, he seems like to me. And I don't know. I don't think I'm ready, I guess, yet to fully go on the side of he's the fuck up in the department and believe that kind of storytelling about
what did
himself.
you think about that?
I don't know if I'm ready to go all the way down that road, because he's been so effective in when we've seen him actually do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so
from his perspective,
I mean, I was giving him like
from an external person's perspective, he was able to get a mob to not completely turn into a riot. He was able to come down to the level of an informant and get the informant to safely tell him information without like putting herself at risk. There's
Javi to chill the fuck out.
He was able to like get Javi to talk him down, and and he clearly has the respect of multiple different groups. He has people he can go and talk to and all of that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if what's her face?
Shadid Muss?
No, his new partner. I don't know if she was just if Muss was trying to like fuck with him or not, or
I felt a little bit like that, but I don't know if it was completely that.
It wasn't. I mean, it was like read the room, man. He just got like. He just got.
You're talking about her or him?
Her. Like she. I mean, if she's trying to
played by fucking Doors of all people,
exactly. If she's trying to fuck with him, he's already down. She's like punching him while he's down.
Rob, do you think that she knows that Dawes is in there, or do you? Like,
I mean, she knows that he got another anus. He got another anus ripped in him, because that's what she asked him, right?
Not by Palpatine Johnson, though.
No, this is true. I don't know. Muss is. I wrote a paragraph about Muss because I am not sure about Muss. There is something that she's gonna just like fit in. I know it's been like a few weeks of shit happening, but it just feels like she's fit in with Holden way too easy. Miller, sorry. Yep. She's looking after him. Like sometimes it feels like she's a big sister. Sometimes, she's like, I don't know. Like at the beginning of this, she's very interested.
That's part of like the cop bond that like you're just gonna kind of like, especially if you've been in the department for a while, and they're not Earthers, so.
No, I don't know. There's something I'm not okay. It's just I'm kind of like reserving judgment on what it is, but you know,
Or do you think it is? Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead, Leigh-A.
What it gets to after he asks the question and he says, "Why'd you get
Put with me.
put with me?" And that she's accepted her fate based off of what she said.
yeah, like that was part of obviously kicking the Molly's down, but it was like, I don't know, it was just.
But do you think that's
someone
part of
who's
her just accepting her fate, being in that situation?
What?
Like,
I don't know. This is what
I
I'm
made a
saying.
choice.
It's weird. It's weird. She's like, she's very accepting. She's a bit empathetic. She's a bit like, yeah, you're the fuck up in the department, or you think you're the best, and actually you're just average. And so that's why you get stuck with the bad partners and stuff like that. And then I fucked up by not dating my boss, so I got stuck with you. But previous chapters, she's all, she's been described as, callous is not the right word, but like she's been in all these horrible departments, and she's like, nothing phases her. But then suddenly she's like
she's been desensitized, essentially.
Yeah, but then suddenly she's very empathetic to Miller after she punches him while he's down, and then she's like, yeah, but I kind of just deal with it, like, because whatever, like, I don't really,
I didn't really read that as her being empathetic to Miller. It was more like, yeah, I'm stuck with the idiot.
Just the way it is.
That's just the way my
she
life
was
is.
nice. No, she wasn't a dick about it.
I made a choice that I knew was going to impact me, and this is the cards I've drawn based on. It wasn't about him.
Yeah,
I agree. It wasn't about him. It was
okay, so empathetic's the wrong word. What I meant was, like, she wasn't just like, you're a fucking idiot, but whatever, like, I'm stuck with you. She was kind of nice about it. She wasn't horrible about it. She was just like, here's just the facts, and it's fine. It's okay.
I guess I read that as her being dismissive of it, like of him, like say Miller believes her that he's the butt of the department, that he's the worst, and she's just like, yeah, you're the worst, and I'm cool with that. I just like, it's better than being with this other guy who's coming on to me.
Yeah,
like, at least you're not that guy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. She's like, at least you're not that guy. Like, she's not.
You're not a sexual harasser. Is not necessarily the compliment that I would take.
I'm not saying she's saying it as a compliment,
but it's
She's not gone to me like, well, you're a piece of shit, but like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's
to
like,
be fair,
you're kind of the butt of the department. I'm going to let you realize that yourself, rather than force it in your face, and then be like, but it's okay, because I made this decision, and so I'm here, and it's fine that I've got to work with you. Like, she wasn't overly horrible about it. She was like, this is the situation, and it's fine.
Yeah, I think it goes back to our conversation last week about
cynical but accepting is just put in chat. Yeah.
Just about like the case closed conversation, and how things are just like, everything is more in the now than they are like 50. He's 50. That's probably pretty old for being like into that role, right? Like
a beat cop, yeah.
Or maybe to be alive because of the food they're eating, or the air they're breathing, or the water they're not getting. All of the holes that we've seen so far are not great. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really healthy spaces, right? They're very grimy and small, and the air's all recycled and the water's all recycled. You know, life expectancy, I can't imagine, is very old at this point. Because, like, the belters are not getting all the good meds, as we've heard from the Cant, right? So I think maybe it's just like a fact of life. Like, she's just like, yeah, this is what it is, Miller. You're at your 50s. You shouldn't even be in this job anymore. Like, you're average,
Maybe. Like I say, she's a confusing character to me.
He's a belter. He's a belter.
I'm not sure exactly how.
Different life expectancy, Heather.
He's not a Martian. He's not an Earther.
This is way in a different. This is a different world. But yeah, like, I think it's.
The way she fits in, I'm not 100% sure on yet. So there's a lot of different things there. So
yeah, I want to kill her though.
Put her on the list.
Is she on the list now?
I want to ask her.
She's on the list.
I want to ask her.
I'm totally fine with her being on
there we
this.
She's
go.
super
This is fine.
frustrating. She's an antagonist to Miller, and I feel like she.
I miss Javi. I'm not gonna lie.
I
him.
miss Javi so much. Like we didn't even hear
We
a
didn't get a
story
goodbye.
leading. We didn't
don't
get a
know that
goodbye.
he's- we
It
don't-
was like,
we don't know
dude,
that
you should
he's
take a
gone
transfer,
forever.
and the next chapter he was just not there, and we had Muss, and I'm like,
He's still waiting to hear that his ship got exploded on his way
He's
to his
probably
new
still
ship.
at the docks waiting.
he's probably still at the docks waiting, yeah. So, but yeah, do you know what line confused me in this, or not confused me, but like this is more like you said, Mel, more evil Palpatine Johnson overlord type situation. Was like the belt has been preparing for this for years, not the OPA, the belts, and I'm just like this, and then it's like that, and Muss was very interested at the beginning of the chapter. It was like, you know, you've got OPA being like, we did this, and then you've got other OPA being like, what? We didn't do that. And it was all like little groups, and it's all splintered, and I'm just like,
Everybody's
more-
politicking for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and the
this
whole
is-
like
it's-
OPA taking responsibility, yet Dawes is like, no, we didn't take responsibility. And so do you guys think like civil war between OPA factions, or even just belters against OPA, or multiple OPAs like is gonna happen?
I feel like somehow they're gonna manipulate it into both Earth and Mars going after the Belters, and the Belters are going to like have to have
Who are they?
whoever is
Palpatine Johnson.
Palpatine Johnson
Listen
or
to me.
the company or whatever, depending on whose side you're. But I think what's gonna have to happen is the Belters are gonna have to, like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They're gonna have to come together and defend the belt against the evil planetary beings, to, you know, stake their claim to like claim their small piece of the galaxy. I think
Solar system.
sure they're gonna
The solar system is within the galaxy, so the small part of the galaxy still counts. It's just a very small part.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, but yeah, I think the Belters are gonna have to work together in order to survive this, and I think they're gonna realize that.
I can believe
But
that.
then, as soon as the like Earth Mars issue is resolved, then they're gonna go right back to fighting each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair. Doors.
Yeah.
You mind if we talk about doors?
Who do you think is going to kill Palpatine Johnson? Because he's got to die. Because he's Palpatine.
Okay. We're gonna air quote die, because even that was
It's got to be
Palpatine.
lightning thrust off the.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I would really love it if Placentamon was the killer of Palpatine Johnson. Are we talking anyone, or are you asking me between certain characters?
I'm just asking you right now. What's your read?
I would really love it if Naomi killed Palpatine Johnson, because in Naomi we trust.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god!
oh my goodness.
That's so amazing. And the butt rock's right there on her shoulder.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I want that. I want
Such a
that
good-
pass. I want that pass.
So cute.
So this is a crit transfer pass that Spuzz is drawn for us. Naomi's in the middle, and it's obviously saying like, in Naomi we trust. In
Nomi Walda.
yes, and it's just in, you know, someone's holding it in the hand, and there's this awesome like dark blues, and is that like a green or a yellowish type thing or something, like stripe pattern in the back. It's a very cool.
It kind of looks like the galaxy if you like did a quick spin on.
Yeah, like all the stars like streaking past in like
Looks like
blues and like a
warp speed. Yeah.
If it was like in blues and greens and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. Obviously, we'll post that.
If it was an Earth thing, I would say it kind of looks like wood, but that's not an Earth thing. So like, it's a space thing, so it looks like galaxies.
That's incredible.
So, Spuds, kudos. I would love this, Naomi. I feel like you're asking me
to
hold
you need to post it because that picture because
We need to
all
ask
of the words, all of the tiny writing on the bottom all says stuff too.
Spuds, can we make a channel in our Discord to post your weekly beautiful art?
We do. We do. In the Discord server, there's a forum.
We have an art
Yeah.
channel?
We haven't posted them. We haven't posted them.
He's posted them in the chapter by chapter.
Yeah, in the Discord server, we have a
Oh,
forum,
we missed that. How the fuck
and there are channels for each week where we do the 2 chapters.
Wow.
And Spuds, in the last week or so, went through and added them all to these specific channels.
I missed that.
It's really great.
I was asked to make them, so I make them. People were like, we should have
I know
threads,
they-
or we should use a forum, or we should do this, and I did. You know, lots of people asked.
And you know what? I just
they're in there.
I just meant like a channel with all the art in it, so you could just flip through like all the art.
Maybe in the full spoilers, Leviathan makes.
we'll figure it out. We'll do this off screen.
Going back to the original question, I feel like you're asking me whether it's going to be Holden or Miller.
To kill.
I'm not. I'm honestly not. I'm honestly like, if today you had to predict, I mean, because it's Palpatine, so he has to have a demise, right? You wouldn't set up an evil villain without a demise. If you had to predict how that evil villain was going to die, what would it be? And I'm not. It doesn't have to be Holden or Miller. It could be freaking Alex. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Fred Johnson.
Zombie Gomez comes back, takes out Fred Johnson.
I'm going to say it's Havy.
Havy's going to kill Constantine?
Havy will kill Palpatine Johnson. Out of the current, from what we've read so far, out the current matchings, I can tell right now from all your faces, I'm completely wrong. But I would like it if it was Havy. I don't actually have a solid bet on who it would be. If you made me,
you can tell by my face.
Both faces. I looked at all the faces, and I was just
the
like,
irony of the Earther turned Belter being killed by an Earther is pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
Yeah. The Earther who just wanted to be a good cop in the belt.
Yeah, an unapologetic Earther.
My face is neither confirming nor denying.
Same.
And he's just like, I just want to be a good cop in the belt. And how much of a good cop can you be if you take out Palpatine Johnson, who's fucking up the belt? Like, also Zombie Gomez. I feel like that needs to be artwork, Spuds. Zombie Gomez. Yes.
Is coming back to haunt everyone.
Yeah. So yeah. But Dawes. Sorry.
Oh no, you go, Dawes.
Yeah. So Dawes and Sweet.
They're like first I thought they were like partner-ish, like on the same team, but then I was like, oh no.
Because he's like, shh, I can talk about this. It's fine.
Yeah. that was a mind fuck because I thought she was fully on the corporation side, but so is Shadid a secret OPA agent? Is that what they were telling us? Is like everybody's an OPA agent? Like OPA has infiltrated all the things except for some reason Miller, which actually kind of reinforces the fact that Miller is the stooge because he didn't know this.
He didn't. Yeah.
No, it supports his thought from what, like 3 Miller chapters ago about like the OPA wanting to become the police. Well,
right.
They already are the police. He just didn't know it. Like,
yeah.
They're already controlling Shadid, who's controlling Miller. Where's the riot gear? Where do you think it is? Even though he said he didn't know, he knows. Yeah. Like, he's controlling Shadid. Even though Shadid is paid by Earth.
Why do you think Dawes wouldn't have just gone to Shadid to begin with? Like,
why
all this back and forth with Miller?
Well, my gut initially when I read this, and it was like he's got something on Shadid. That was my gut when I read it. I could see that she's an OP. Now that you've said this right now, I could see
Maybe he has
option.
the signing off on the shipping off the riot gear.
the riot
Yeah,
gear question
that's-
bugs me.
Well, because
on her.
the
Right,
riot gear
yeah.
is signed off by someone who
Someone
was
signed
at
off.
fault,
Mhm.
but it got signed off. Did Shadid?
It just
do you
keeps
think
getting
Shadid-
mentioned.
Do you think Shadid had the false identity?
I think so, because Shadid strikes me as someone who is like an opportunist, right? And she obviously doesn't really have any loyalty to her job or care about doing a good job. She's just like dialing it in, right? So she strikes me as someone who would be easily bribable, right? So someone bribed her to sell off the riot gear, no big deal. She just signs off and like sends it off to Palpatine Johnson or wherever the riot gear went. I think went to Palpatine Johnson, but like it could be that Dawes knows that and gets to own her.
Yeah, and I think like the switch from Shadid being like I don't think it was her plan from the start to give, Miller this Mal kidnapping case or mystery missing persons case.
Really?
And then take it back. I feel like she probably just was like, whatever, here, take it. And then because Miller got all up in Dawes' business, then Dawes had to go like smack down. She didn't.
Oh no, she didn't.
I know she
Oh,
did.
no,
That's how they
shit.
did that.
That's funny. I've just gone back to that chapter in that moment where they go and try and get the right gear and it's not there. And I'm just curious about Shadid's reaction.
She was kind of like,
Miller,
of course. That's how she reacted, right?
yeah, so I'll read it if that's okay. It's so
Yes.
Miller systematically opened every riot control lock he could get to. All of them were the same. Shadid appeared at his side, her face pale with rage. What's plan B? Miller asked. Shadid spat on the floor, then closed her eyes. They shifted under her eyelids like she was dreaming. 2 long breaths later, they opened. Check the SWAT lockers. There should be enough in there to outfit 2 people each squad. Snipers, Miller said. You have a better idea, detective. Shadid said, lean last word. So, yeah, maybe she just decided to sell the riot gear and Dawes figured it out and now has something on her.
I don't
That
think
works.
she sold it. I think literally she's not in control. Like, I think in that chapter, she really does seem genuinely shocked it's not there. Like, not shocked, but just like, yeah, of course it's not there because that asshole probably took it and I forgot about it or, whatever. Like, I'm not in control of this.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just seeing more that she's not in control,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like the idea that she forgot that she got rid of the riot gear and then she had to be like, why are you not putting the fucking riot gear on? And they're like, oh fuck, okay, sniper gear,
Mhm.
yeah.
There's a
I like
question from Dana Lou that says, did she give the Julie Mao case to Miller because he is the fuck up? And she did not expect him to do a good job.
I mean, that's kind of intended by the question of like, if you don't want, when he says to us, if you don't want something solved, who do you give it to? And she's like,
Do we know if Shadid is a belter?
She's a belter.
She is about
She's
there.
okay.
Yeah, I guess that's in contradiction to what I said, that she just gave it to Miller because it wasn't a big deal. It was just a small, like, you don't find her, you report back. Or did she have pre-intentions to not solve it? So it's 2 different questions. My question was, did she just not think about it because it's just a missing person case? Or what Dana's asking is, was she intentionally not trying to solve it?
I
think
think
it's Miller.
Yeah. I think probably because of the Mao case, like that leads me to think more that she's just like bribable. Like because she took on the Mao case and probably got extra bonus money or whatever that she's not passing on to Miller that she gets for taking on the case and coming to a conclusion or whatever, and she got paid regardless. So, we were talking about that. Like she gets paid regardless and she doesn't really care if Miller actually solves it. It's more of an opportunist thing for her, is the sense that I get. And yeah, I don't know. I really struggle with Miller being the fuck up. I don't want him to be the fuck up.
But I guess I feel like he's been his boss. We don't know how long, but it seems like a while. She knows he's not a complete fuck up. Like,
Right.
she knows that he solves cases and that he actually has pretty smart, even if he's older than his time should be for being on Star Helix payroll. But like,
Yeah.
he knows he's not a fuck up. So I don't
Yeah.
like, to me, like, I don't think she would think that he would just not look into it, because he's been working for her for years and she knows him. Like, so that, like, unless
He's been getting drunk for a
maybe
while.
he's-
I think she underestimated that case. I think she just thought it was like a straight up like rich, like, because she, like, that's why I asked if she was a belter. So she underestimated the like conspiracy theory, all the stuff behind the mouth thing, and just thought it was a rich girl who ran away and
Yeah.
just wanted, and that's all she thought it was.
Well, and she didn't care that he was doing things when it was just a kidnap case.
Right.
But when he started coming with the conspiracy theories, that's when
Right, that's when she wanted
that's
to shut it
when
down.
she was like, you just need to like pretend like you're working on this and go about your business. And he was like,
Yeah. Do we think that she knew, like, that Dawes? So that's the thing, is I feel like she's kind of changed her behavior, which reinforces the Dawes has like blackmail on her situation, right? Because she was just like,
do you think Rob, I'm gonna ask Rob first and then I'm gonna ask Mel.
okay,
Rob, do you think Shadid is OPA?
No, I don't. What did I actually write down about this? No, I've I've put down doors. I can't tell if he's a patsy or just a bad version of Anakin. But like, the OPA clearly have some power over. I wrote the Helix Cop division, but after this discussion, maybe it's more of a case he just has something on Shadid. And the right gear comes back into it. I think I like Mel's initial. She is just opportunist. This got out of hand. Dawes has turned up, got something on her. But the riot gear is the key. All right. This is, I predict that Miller is going to wake up next chapter and be like, follow the fucking riot gear. Follow
he's gonna like do one of those like a big eyes opening up in bed memes.
Yeah, and he's like,
Riot gear.
oh, fucking riot gear. You know, like, it's going to be something like that.
It's
all
gonna
right?
be like
It's mentioned too much. It's mentioned too much. Okay, I'm gonna fix
Book
that.
9 will finally get the riot gear
I
answer.
think the riot gear is the key to solving the mystery of Julie Mel.
I think it will. It's the key. It will. What did I actually write about it? Okay, let me make sure I say this correctly.
Because I'm writing this down, making sure I'm getting it correctly. So when in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 10 weeks.
Yeah. So I think that he will wake up and realize that the missing riot gear is the path he needs to take to figure out what is going on. It will probably take him off ship to go. He'll go full road cop. Okay. I feel like he may even leave series at this point. What's Chekhov's gear?
You need to take.
He will realize.
riot
He will
gear
realize it's.
unless
He's
we
missing.
see the
He's
riot
missing
gear.
pieces. Yeah, he's
actually
missing
very
a piece in this
Chekhov's done.
investigation. He's like, something doesn't fit together. Okay, he's missing a piece, and he'll realize whatever happened with the riot gear
Yeah.
is going to fill in that piece. Okay, and it wouldn't, I'm not going to say it will automatically solve what happened with Julie, but it will lead him to the next stage of his investigation.
Really? I have a completely different riot gear take.
Go for it.
I mean, I honestly think like the riot gear was just something Fred Johnson wanted, right? to help resupply the OPA so that they could use that riot gear in some other circumstance to protect the OPA. But I'm full on this like opportunist shitty thing, and there's not anything more behind it. Like she's just taking the money. She's just taking the money for the paycheck, and then she's taking the extra money.
So you think Julie is just taking money for a paycheck?
Not Julie.
Shadid.
Oh, Shadid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
I don't think there's any sort of like.
All right. Oh, so
I don't think I think the riot gear went to the OPA, but I don't think there's like. I think they just needed some gear,
and
right?
And
there's not like
Shadid is taking money. She's
and
not.
Shadid is bribable. That's what I think. And I think she's probably much like what's his name who got his eyeball shot out or whatever. She's gonna end up in that same sort of situation. She's gonna take too many bribes. She's gonna do one too many like opportunist things, and then someone is gonna take her out.
Yeah,
and that's why she gonna die.
Yeah. I'm not saying, by the way, folks, I'm not saying the riot gear is the key to solving everything. Just like it will be a piece in the puzzle that like takes him. Riot gear or we riot. Oh my god, there's so many riot things. This sphere is a riot.
I really do like it being Chekhov's gear because I think the thing about
Chekhov's I always forget what Chekhov's gun actually means.
There's not actually. Wait, sorry.
I always forget what Chekhov's gun actually means.
Okay, so there's a play by Anton Chekhov,
right?
Who's a famous like Russian playwright in the early days.
It's not a Star Trek reference.
It is not a Star Trek reference.
No. Anton Chekhov's a Russian playwright in the formulation of kind of like our modern theater vernacular.
I'm sorry, I'm such an idiot.
Okay.
No, a lot of people actually do think it refers to something of Chekhov, the original Star Trek trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, no, Chekhov doesn't like, but he does use a gun. But so why is it Chekhov's gun? And like, yes, you're not the first one who's confused.
That's amazing. Oh, I'm loving this. please. I appreciate the education. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm many years away from my Anton Chekhov theater education. However, my recollection of the Chekhov situation is there is a play, and I forget the name of the play, so forgive me, where there is a gun mentioned and like on stage multiple times. It's just sitting there, right? So there's just a gun sitting on stage in the play, and everyone sees the gun and like notices the gun, but nothing ever actually happens with the gun. So it's just there as this ominous thing on stage that doesn't actually end up having any action, but it's like it like distracts your mind. It's this, and so, but in our etymology of language, when we current modern day us say Chekhov's gun, it's like the thing that is like a plot twist that's in that they keep mentioning. They keep mentioning this plot twist element that's eventually going to become like a really important
that we think is going
to become a very important element of the story. But in the real play, like no one ever actually fires the gun.
It's like Steve.
It's like Steve. Gotcha.
It's like Steve.
Yeah.
So it's like similar in principle to a red herring, but it's done different.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But it's specifically from.
Chekhov's gear works really well then for this.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Look, it probably is Chekhov's gear. I'm terrible with making predictions and theories, so it probably is Chekhov's gear. But I don't know. I feel like it will help Miller take the next step in the investigation. So that's.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm probably wrong.
The more you know.
So, thank you, though. That was fun.
Yes.
For years, I was
red herring is exactly right. But it's but at least in the original play, like no one ever fires it.
Right.
But a red herring in reality, actually, there is some action attached to it.
Yes.
But
that's true. Right. I mean,
it's like how it's ultimately used, but it's that thing that is that they keep mentioning, and the idea is that it's mentioned so many times it has to be important. It has there's something, and so that's why the riot gear is brought up like all the time.
Okay, so the riot gear is the Chekhov's gun.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's most of my notes. I don't know if there's anything else, Mel, you wanted to talk about from this Miller chapter.
No, I read Stormborn.
Fair enough.
Rob, did you have more things?
No, that's basically the end of my notes. I don't really.
I have a couple things, if that's okay.
Of course, that's what I'm asking. Yeah,
okay.
Please. Yeah.
So at the end of the previous Miller chapter was when he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna call Julie Mall's dad," right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this was like an immediate Like, so you made this decision, so it cause and effect, right? Like immediately. But I thought it was really interesting that the whole chapter seemed to me like Miller's whole like deconstruction of his life, like was kind of like what the belt is feeling, has been feeling for this few weeks, but all in like a chapter with one person. Like the first page, he says, I almost feel relief that 6 to 7 million people are going to die and Ceres is going to explode, because then this like whole world of possible war would just end. Everything would just end. So he goes through this,
thank you,
like this depression of suicide, but like mass suicide, to just end this horrible feeling that, because everyone's on edge, right? They talk about everyone's on edge. And then it gets down to this like struggle with Shadid and Dawes coming in, and then Mus being like, you're just a fucking loser, man. Like, you're the loser guy. We're all stuck with you, and somebody's got to work with you, and it's going to be me. And then, and then he sits there and he says this term when he's like, it feels really late. I'm late to this. And, like that statement to me was like, I don't know, pretty impactful. I don't know if you took what he said there as impactful. Do you feel like what he meant there about being late? Like, how did you feel about that? Did you even respond to that?
I kind of did, because I've described him as like, giving me envoy vibes, which if you're not familiar with that, that's altered carbon. Basically, you just take in all your surroundings pretty much all the time, and you pick up on tiny little things, almost like in a non-charming version of the Mentalist almost type thing, to throw out a different example there. Kind of like that vibe. And then suddenly you just pull all those pieces together and your mind has just made it in the background and gone, aha, here's actually what's going on. Like, I've given him those vibes in the past. This chapter, it felt like, like Sherlock Holmesy, with less narration, but the Robert Downey Jr. version was just like, this is this and that's that, blah, blah, but the brain's doing it silently in the background. And in this chapter, it felt like he was like, that can all just go out the airlock, where he's gone, actually, I have paid attention to nothing, and I've had to have this kind of smacked in my face for me to realize it, and now I feel really stupid that it's taken this much, and this someone saying it to my face without saying, this is you, by the way, just saying, like, this is what I would do in this situation. Does that sound familiar to you? I'll say it really slowly and pointedly to you.
I'm with you. I don't know who to believe, though, on that. He's slapped while he's down. He's feeling shitty about himself. He's had his beloved ripped away from him. And so, you like, he's not in a mental state to be able to, like, really process correctly. So
he goes to get drunk afterwards, doesn't he? So
I guess I feel like, what's next for Miller? I mean, he's in a downward spiral for sure.
Chekhov's gear epiphany, that's what's next for Miller.
Do we think he's going to get out the airlock, or do we think that...
he's not going to die, but he's going to get off Ceres.
I think he's going to leave.
Plans?
I think he's going to leave.
He's going to be like, Havy, where did you go, my dude? I need you.
He's going to find Havy.
Wait.
That's not a prediction. I'm fucking around.
And Miller buddy comedy.
So I want to differentiate between like conversation,
or just
predictions and official predictions.
No,
this is just conversation stuff. This is not official prediction. Although I'm not going to predict like he's getting off Ceres, but I do think he will leave Ceres soon. I don't think that's like,
Do you think he's going to leave by choice, or because Ceres is actually like, was his 7 million people dying was that a prediction? Was that a foretelling?
No.
I think he's so like wrapped up in Julie that he's going to take it upon himself to go and try and find her.
Yeah. Road cop type thing. Yeah.
Okay, so
and I think that's going to make him leave Ceres. So
Dana Lou asked a really good question based off of what you just said. Where would Miller go?
Jeez.
Just wherever the riot gear epiphany takes him.
Follow the riot gear.
following the
follow the yellow brick riot gear. So
So the riot gear of what we've learned is going to Io, but there was a long pause.
We learned that?
Yeah, in the previous chapter,
Yes.
it was said that it went to Io.
Oh, okay.
it's
But there was
it's,
a long pause, and Dawes says that there was like that's what the paper, quote unquote, paperwork said. But there was a long pause,
Right, and somebody picked it up,
and it meant that there was a transfer somewhere, so the riot gear didn't go to Io.
actually go to Io.
But they don't know where. But he did give a name for the ship that had transported said riot gear, our Chekhov's gear.
Okay,
I guess we're
so
calling it, right?
I'm decoupling Miller from the riot gear because
that's totally fair. Yeah.
because I think Miller's obsessed with Julie. So I think Miller is going to find wherever Julie shipped out from previously to the scapula.
I fucking hate all of you.
The sternocleidomastoid ship previous to that. And he's going to because he's so obsessed with her, he's gonna like get on a ship that she shipped out with and go wherever it ends up going. I don't know specifically where he would go, but I think he's gonna just try and retrace Julie's entire lifespan, because now she's like this ethereal princess that he has to he's like Don Quixote and she's his Esmeralda.
Don Quixote. Okay.
That's where we've positioned Miller at this point, in my opinion, of the situation of the story.
So do you feel that Miller's drunkenness, I love Julie Miller bullshit, is just kind of like the end result of this whole like downward spiral of shit that he's been going through? And it's like, do you really, like, if he wasn't drunk, do we feel like he would be like, oh, I love Julie Miller? Like,
at this point, I want Javi to come back and slap the shit out of him.
I would love that.
I mean, like,
I want Javi to come back and wreck him.
because he needs something
Yeah.
that is not what he's like. He needs this fantasy, right? Like, Julie's a fantasy to him. He's
Yeah.
never met her.
Candace was a fantasy, but is actually
He's
a
a
real
fantasy.
person.
Yeah.
He's like transition. Yeah.
I hate you, Skeeter. I hate you.
Julie.
Leigh-A.
I hate
Leigh-A.
you. Me too.
Yeah, I would like it if Phoebe come back and smack the shit out of him, like and woke him
Yeah.
up. But yeah, I definitely think he's gonna. I like the rogue cop thing, and like I'm gonna go find Julie anyway type
Yeah, I think
thing.
it's gonna
I
work.
hope he gets away from the creepy I'm in love with this fucking kid half my age thing because he can't get over his ex-wife. I hope that just disappears super quick, or is never just brought up again, and that can just be a blip in the chapter. Because that was fucking weird.
Okay,
yeah.
we have one very fun question from Heather that was not.
Okay.
Don't look at that.
Oh, is that okay, Leah? Did you have something else?
Oh no, I was just
We have
trying to.
one
do
question from
something.
Heather that
She
she
gave
gave.
something away to me because she was trying to delete a comment, and I was like, I didn't even know that comment was relevant, but I'm not going to say which comment.
I missed it. So Heather asks, would you rather be a space cowboy, a space pirate, or a space ninja, and why? And please describe your outfit.
So the Cowboys and Martians, right?
Whatever you want them to be, you decide.
You tell us. You tell us.
You
I think
guide
the
me.
space-
You
I
guide
think the
me.
Space Cowboys were the
Cowboys.
Martians because they had that Texan slang.
Call them the Joker of love.
And the ninjas and pirates, right?
Sorry?
Cowboy, pirate, ninja.
Cowboy
pirate.
pirate. Pirate is quite cool, isn't it? You know, ninja's a lot of work. Pirates feel like it's a lot of drinking rum and goofing off. So, I also feel like Amos would be a pirate with me because he's like, rather than just clean all the time, we just get drunk and screw, and that feels very pirate vibes to me.
Amos
So-
is like
I mean, Amos is a good buddy to have.
Yeah, Amos is my pirate buddy, and I would be a space pirate, because then you don't have to work for the man. So you know.
This is
And
true. Pirates definitely don't work for the man.
Sole proprietor.
I mean, they
Don't
work for
put
a man.
Well, not
Yeah, yeah.
necessarily.
I put air
You're
quotes
the captain.
a man,
Yeah.
You're
like
the
a
captain
like the
pirate.
captain, the person. They work for someone.
Let's
No,
be
yeah, I
clear.
mean, unless they have their own ship, then yes. What am I wearing?
Yeah, what are you wearing, Rob?
I don't know. I'm gonna have a cool fucking hat, that's for sure. All right, I have to have a cool hat. I'm a pirate.
Is it
Doesn't have to be like like a pirate hat. It could be just a cool hat of some kind.
a cool
Okay.
hat?
Yeah.
Maybe like one of those Joker hats with like all that like dangly.
No, that's not a cool hat.
Just describe a cool hat. I mean, you are wearing a hat currently.
I am wearing a hat currently. I am wearing.
Is that a
my-
cool hat? What's on your head?
It is a cool hat. Yes, it is a cool hat. I've had this hat for
That's
a
your
long
pirate
time.
hat?
actually. This is my favorite hat to wear. But like I don't know.
What about you?
Nothing too big, but the rest of the gear will be very functional. Like, a lot of pockets, a lot of places to stow gear, places to equip utility belt or weapons holsters.
Definitely a pocket.
Yeah, shit like that. Like a lot of I'm you need to disarm me. I'm that fucking joke where I pull out 30 weapons type thing. That's kind of the.
So you're
that's the
Tom
vibe.
Maryland, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Without the cape, yeah.
No cake.
No capes.
No
No
capes. Yeah.
No capes.
But Tom Maryland wears a cloak, not a cape.
It's still a cape. Let's be
It's a
honest.
cloak.
All right.
It's
Doesn't-
not
he
a
doesn't
cape,
have
and
arms
there's
in
a
it.
difference. Cloaks
No cloaks.
have a hood
No cloaks.
and arms.
I have a hat. I don't need a
inside
cloak.
pockets, and they have.
I have a
pockets.
hat. I don't need a cloak.
Cloak-
I have a hat.
Cloaks
No
with
cloak.
pockets. Mhm.
Not as many as the rest of my gear has. So
Capes.
Oh,
capes
and
have
fingerless
no actual
gloves.
functionality.
I love- I
They're-
love
they're
fingerless gloves. I
decorative.
don't care what people think about fingerless gloves. I love fingerless
I wear them
gloves.
every time I go out of the house, Rob.
Yes. Fingerless gloves for the fucking win. So yes.
Because it's not
And-
quite cold enough for regular gloves, but it's a little bit chilly. It's just the way it is.
Rob with a jester hat and cargo pants.
That's his pirate outfit?
I feel like Heather Sazai just called you a middle-aged dad. I feel like that's what just happened.
From Minnesota. That's
Yeah.
what they would wear.
Are you also wearing
Careful,
New
Heather,
Balance
you-
sneakers?
Dockers.
No, I actually wear wide toe box shoes. They're so good for your feet, seriously.
They're
What's that?
shoes that are
Most shoes. All right, shall I wax poetic about shoes for a hot second? Most shoes.
No, I
Yes.
don't want to see your feet. I do not.
I'm not. I'm not. No,
You're going to
I'm not bringing it up.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to. I'm going to describe the shape of the
Describe.
shoe. Most shoes they tuck in like that at the toe. Okay,
Sure.
squish your toes together. Wide toes box shoes actually just do that, so your toes actually sit naturally.
Mhm.
At the, your foot rather than being squished together and like overlapping and things like that.
Mm.
Think about what women have to do to squeeze into high heels. All shoes do that to a degree and squish feet together at the front. Wide toe box shoes are designed to be wider around the toe box and thus do not squish your feet together. at the front.
2-hour trigger warning, feet talk.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
I did not
Put
show
that in
feet.
the notes.
Yes. So
Speaking of
Mel
2 hours,
is not a fan of feet.
she is of Cheetos, though.
She is of Cheetos. Okay. Anyway. So Mel, are you a space cowboy, ninja, or pirate? And what are you wearing?
I mean, I'm always Team Pirate. Team Pirate 100% all the way. And I feel like this was a very relevant question, but like this pirate is my pirate. Like
Oh, Stormboard.
Oh,
Which
that's a
one?
bone pirate.
I'm 100% like Bella with the like, what did they call it? The oil skin cloaky coat thing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but also always tight pants. Tight pants and an oilskin cloak, so I can shimmy up some ropes. Lots of sharp, pointy things all over. Probably a bandolier. The bandolier
Nice.
is good. Like fuck it, full 3-cornered hat with the giant feather. All of that. All the Team Pirate 100% all the way.
Cool. All right, yeah. Fair
I
enough.
probably would have like long, multicolored hair as well,
Ooh,
like
yes.
super long. Like, yeah.
Dyed or woven in?
Like it wouldn't be dyed because it's pirate time, right? So you're not
So
necessarily
you'd be weaving.
so you're
in.
like different ribbons, like maybe as like trophies of conquest that I like strips of my enemies coats that I would like weave into my hair.
Love it.
You
Mhm.
can weave my cloak in your hair anytime, Mel.
I will touch your quilts and I will weave your quilt.
Quilt, whatever.
I will
Quilt,
caress
yeah.
your quilts.
Yeah, and she will defeat you first.
But like as far as like a space pirate, yeah, for sure. I mean, if I'm gonna be a ship person, you have to be a pirate. Like you can't be a ship ninja.
I don't know. Those Martians
I feel like Gomez was a bit of a ship ninja. So.
Yeah, you think about like Firefly and the what's his name, the operative, right? The guy that like comes and like lands on their ship and like
Tweedle
the sword and like the hunter, he like goes and he goes and like hunts them down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy's pretty cool. But yeah, no, Team Pirate, 100%.
So Heather, who asked this question?
That didn't end up going where I thought it was going.
Didn't go where I thought it was going. Didn't go at all. Didn't go.
All right.
No
Shall
surprise.
we do regular questions now?
I'm sorry?
Our regular end of show questions now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Go for it, ladies.
All
You
right.
wanna go, Leia?
What is the most ideal moment in these chapters?
I might want to give it to Lieutenant Kelly by saying to Alex, kick off a high
help
gear.
you get on the ship.
Just fucking do it. Even though he knew it would kill him.
Yeah.
Like I feel like IU would just be like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Even if that means I'm done. Like a lot of the Marines would kind of like fit into that category, but especially Kelly because he was
In that moment.
That's fair.
yeah. It's one thing to like get killed. It's another to be like get killed through that pressure and you're busted. Yeah, like that was probably agony on a way to go out. So
when he could have probably survived by doing something different.
If they had not blast off at top speed, if he'd like done it so the G's were far less, he would have survived. Yeah, but he's like, no, we need to get out here at top speed. So all those G's, fine. It's going to kill me, but we just need to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, Mel? Do you agree?
No, I'm with you on that. Like I agree that was like that self-sacrifice was very much idealish.
Who's the token Wetlander?
Miller.
Again. Yeah, Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually Holden in it, so.
I've had Miller a couple times.
Miller 2 times in a row. I want to say
Shadid.
Shadid.
Shadid is definitely.
Yes,
Shadid
actually.
is the next Shed. Shed or Shadid?
Yes, there's a we got a thing against sh names.
Shadid.
Yeah, we don't like sh names in this show.
Yeah. Because she's just
So,
like getting used by people, it feels like. And
yeah,
Mm.
I
and
like
is
that.
an opportunist and it's very Wyramon. She's very Wyramon.
Oh my god, yes,
Yes.
So Wyramon.
So very,
just
yeah.
definitely Sajid.
So then who earned the most G and who earned the most toe? Would she earn the most toe? Or would Miller?
I think Miller for
Most-
being like,
most,
oh, I'm late to this epiphany. I'm going to react to that by getting drunk and crying over a girl half my age.
I mean, that's pretty bad. That's pretty
Oh,
bad.
so you don't think anybody on the Tachi has toe? Tachi, not whatever the fuck you guys said earlier.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Tachi.
Anyone?
I'm
And
gonna
toe-
give it to
Oh, on the Tai
the
Chi.
I'm gonna give it to the 6 shippers who shot Gomez while he was down.
Fuck those
And
people.
Well, no, I feel like that
like-
was just one. I think there was like 1 or 2 in there that they were. I don't think there was
Well,
6
the
people. But I
the
wasn't
mere
really-
fact that he was already down and they kept shooting him,
Yeah.
so much dough. So
That's
much dough. So much dough.
Okay. And then who has the most G? Was it still our LT or
I'm
I'm
gonna begrudgingly give Holden some G.
Oh,
you gave Holden some G?
Yeah, because I feel like
I
he actually applied his leadership skills. And let's be clear, my G bar for Holden is quite low. So the fact that I actually considered it makes me feel like I have to give it to him, because
That's fair.
in normal circumstances, I would never give Holden any G. I would never honor his G, but I do feel like he recognized his responsibility and he acted on it in a way that actually like brought the crew some sense of comfort, in the sense that they had a direction. He like gave them a direction to go forward, and I want to acknowledge that from Holden.
I think that there was some G on the Tai Chi in the form of Alex and the transponder.
I think they all had G. I think Naomi and
Amos didn't get G. No G for
Naomi and
Amos.
Holden just not being
Amos
not being a
had to
medic.
because he didn't murder anybody when his
What, during his agonizing "I can't walk" moment?
Yeah, he wasn't going to
he
murder
does.
anyone then. But I think just knowing that they
Okay.
set his leg without any training whatsoever on how to do that, I think they earned some G on that. We'll see
Okay.
next chapter if Amos is
I
going
mean-
to be able to walk.
Yeah, like well, if he survives at this rate, it feels like.
That's a good point.
yeah.
I mean, but Holden did like slap a million Healy things on it. And but can we just talk about the fact that Shed was like whining about the inventory and how like they've never had anything.
Here's my club.
Yeah, but this is a Martian
Like,
ship,
the
so they're better
Clumsy drugs
equipped.
are on the wrong ship.
But yet they had all of these things that Shed was like, we don't have anything. What happens if somebody
Well,
breaks
the
lift?"
knight and this
So
ship are completely different.
The Tai Chi,
the
Tai Chi
The
is properly
Corvette
equipped.
Tachi,
Right.
way
I did forget
More
we were on a
snack.
different ship. My bad.
You thought they got back on the night. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I thought we were on the Scabulous again.
Oh, right. I mean, that got picked clean. All right, so fair.
I
that's all
will
the
be
questions.
updating that chart next week.
Yes, charts.
Yeah. So we will go back through the evolution of all the ships, so we can separate, so you don't get confused.
So
about
we
what
have
ship
exciting
you don't
news,
get
people.
confused.
Exciting news. Next week, I won't be here. And
That's
Leigh-A.
not the exciting news.
That's
sad
not
news.
the exciting
That's good.
Exactly.
Well, but
That's
the news
sad
is that to fill that void, we've got charts, more charts, and probably more shenanigans and a special guest coming in to join us next week. Shall we say who it is?
The lady who's
I'm
got
that
results.
one.
It's Heather Sadai. She's going to join the show next week. I will be out. I'm actually going to Faldara next week.
We're going to
So,
Faldara?
I'm going to Faldara, yeah, where my, compatriots have been fighting for months against, forces of evil.
Yeah.
So it's very
good.
close to the Blight, but not quite. So I'll be up there.
Canada is the Blight.
Right, and I'll be very close.
Have you not
Very
heard
close.
that? It's the Canada's the Blight. So yes, we obviously next week chapters.
We'll give my best to
17.
all the fighters in Faldara. They fought a very good war.
Yeah.
But one thing we've been talking about is we have this spinny wheel that is mostly related to Wheel of Time. So we'd love you guys' input on questions for our guests. Because
you mean right?
Instead of fear the spear, it's gonna be fear the gear, aka.
but we need help with the questions.
We need gear questions, people.
We need questions for fear the gear.
Yeah, so put them in the chat, put them in the comments, put them on our.
That is your comment challenge. That is your comment challenge this week.
Remember to make posts because we're amazing at doing the social media.
So good.
We're the best.
Fear the gear. I like
fear
this.
The gear.
Fear the gear. Fear the gear. This is perfect.
I'm really excited about Fear the Gear.
I almost hope gear means nothing now for the rest of any of these books.
It's the most Chekhov's geary in
Raffo.
Exactly.
Well, even what it means
Dread the
is
shed.
people who have done
the shed.
Dread the shed. Oh my god.
We need a poll.
Okay, that might be actually what we call it. Actually,
I don't know. We
Okay,
need a
I
poll.
would like to pour one out for Shed.
There's only 9 of you. We'll take your
We're gonna
poll
pour
into
one out for
advisement.
Sorry, say that again, Amise.
I said, should we do a poll? Dread the shed or fear the gear?
Oh, I have to go opening screens and things like that. To do
Oh,
that.
Jesus,
You need to fill the comment section with fear the gear or dread the shred. The shed.
Starting right
Dread
now.
the Dread.
Oh wait, Skeeter says fear the schmear.
Oh my god. Right. Anyway, let's wrap
talking
up.
about bagels.
Chaos episode.
How like our my nemesis Shed, how much would he have been excited about the new Tai Chi ship? Like
touchy.
I bet the inventory on
no,
the Tai
he's not
Chi-
touchy. Okay, he's not touchy.
Okay,
unless
so
people
the-
need
on the
anything
Tai
else to
Chi
walk
thing,
cream, then he's
Chad
touchy
would have
on the
loved
job.
Glad he
Med
orgasmed in
bag.
his pants if he saw what was on the Tachi.
He would have
just
just like
completely
stoked,
exploded.
all the stuff that Holden just pulled out and like layered on top of Amos's leg.
Yeah.
Shed would have had a field day.
He would have layered it on everybody.
I might have. He's like, I might have to touch you with this.
He'd be like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
lay this on you and then give you some syphilis.
Too bad he was useless and never got to
Yeah.
touch any of it.
I hate all of
That's
you.
it. So, thank you so much for listening, folks. Remember, go to the comment section, hit us up on social media, or just post
No
in
spoilers.
the Discord server. No spoilers, obviously. But whether you like Fear the Gear or Dread the Shed as our spin the wheel options for asking multiple levels of questions, please go and pour millions of comments into Leia's social media, just saying things like the Tai Chi, the scapulae, the scapulus, the big dong,
Placentamon.
all those sorts of things.
You actually said a
and
real name.
I did, yes. And placentamon.
No placentamon!
Which, look, we haven't played so far today, all right? So chill. Like the video.
There's been lots of
subscribe to the
comments.
channel. But yeah, lots of comments about placentamon would be appreciated, and dread the show. Fear the gear. What?
Nothing.
I just get really loud when I get angry.
She does. And we will see you next week for chapters 17 and 18, where we have Heather Sadai joining us in place of Reese, who is on some travels. And until then, folks, as we like to say around here, may you always survive your experiences with placentamon.
Here I come to have your day. Placentamon is on the way. Placentamon.
May you always find love, water, and shade.